Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. A deadly stabbing spree in Orange County. The suspect terrorizing residents across 4 crime scenes. We'll have the latest.
Could Kern County get an off-highway vehicle park? Details on a grant that could make it happen.
Call after call after call. Have you gotten through yet? We'll have a look at the mania to try to win Garth Brooks tickets and one woman's special motivation. This is Thursday, August 8th, 2019. Good morning. Good to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher. And can you feel it?
The cool down?
Here it comes.
I mean, I can't feel it right now because it was so hot yesterday. But the good news is the forecast looks great today and going forward. All
right, let's check in with Kev to have a peek at True Thursday.
Yeah, but a lot of people, as you said, are singing the Thunder Rolls. Even though there's no thunder here expected, they all want those tickets. Yesterday, 102 was the high, so still above 100 degrees. Our record on that date, 110, set back in 1905. Right now, we're sitting at 73 in Bakersfield with a light wind out of the north at 6. As we take a look at the dog walk forecast today, featuring, beautiful little pup here. And you can see we've got temperatures rising into the 70s and 80s throughout the day and the 90s this afternoon. As we take a look at the temperature in Tehachapi right now, 57 in Tehachapi under a calm wind, and hour by hour, here's what you can expect. You can see we'll be in the mid-80s by this afternoon. I'll have much more in your forecast. That's coming up in just a little bit. Alex, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin, taking you outside for the first time this morning to the 99 at White Lane. And as you can see, it looks pretty clear, although our traffic camera, there it goes. All right, it's looking pretty clear on that side of town. We do have a couple of crashes to talk about. The first one's going to be on the I-5 southbound lanes, just south of the 58. And it looks like CHP is on scene there for a vehicle that rolled over into the orchards there. And it is not visible from the roadway, so it doesn't necessarily it's not going to impact your commute too much, but you may run into some law enforcement and first responders that are on scene attending to those people who are pinned in and getting the vehicle, of course, on a tow truck. So be mindful of that. Also, there's another accident on the southbound lanes of the I-5 near State Route 119, so be mindful of that. And that's it. Everything else is looking pretty good around the county. We'll have another check coming up in about 15 minutes. And we begin with a deadly stabbing spree that started near Disneyland, leaving 4 people dead. 2 were stabbed to death at an apartment complex. The suspect also allegedly stabbed someone at a gas station, then another person at an insurance company. The man later went to a Subway restaurant and killed another person, then moved to a 7-Eleven and attacked a security guard who died at the hospital. The suspect is a 33-year-old man. He came out of the 7-Eleven with a handgun and the knife and was taken into custody. Police Chief Tom Dare of the Garden Grove Police Department revealed the suspect has a history of violence.
As our investigators were handling this scene, we began to get additional reports of several other acts of violence throughout our community that involved this suspect.
In total, 6 people were stabbed at several different crime scenes, and at least 4 of them died.
Former assistant principal is sentenced to 3 years in prison for molesting a drunk teen last year. Hector Parada was sentenced after pleading no contest to the charges back in May. Parada worked at McKee Middle School before his arrest. The incident happened last June. Court documents say Parada gave the victim several beers and wine one night and then began to molest her when she passed out. A SWAT team arrested Parada after a 4-hour standoff that same month. Along with the prison time, Parada must register as a sex offender.
Off-roaders will tell you we've been down this road before, but maybe this time it'll be different. The California Department of Parks and Recreation has awarded Kern County a $360,000 grant for the purpose of planning an OHV or off-highway vehicle park. The planning would start with identifying land suitable for an off-road riding facility, but getting an OHV Park has proven elusive for local off-roaders for several decades. A sign off Granite Road north of Bakersfield was killed in 2006 due to environmental issues and public health concerns with valley fever. The legislature raided the OHV Trust Fund in 2009 to balance the budget to the tune of $90 million, and a new push for a park in 2015 stalled out. Even so, some say a $360,000 grant is a step in the right direction.
I envision a place for dirt bike enthusiasts to go and ride, folks to go ride their quads, any type of razor scooters. OHV has like a big community, and it's a big family environment as well. I have a lot of friends that do it personally, so I think it'd be a great win for Kern County.
The grant also will help pay the cost of conducting an environmental impact on potential OHV Park sites.
There's a major shakeup coming to the Kern County Elections Office. Chief Deputy Registrar Karen Ray and Assistant Registrar of Voters Abby Sugart are both retiring. Ray says she'll retire September 5th before the general election after 13 years in the office. Sugart says she'll retire after the election in late November, ending 30 years of service in the office. Big shoes to fill. Director of Countywide Communications Megan Pearson confirming the retirements. Voters passed Measure J in 2016, a $500 million bond measure for the Kern Community College District, and renovations to Memorial Stadium at Bakersfield College were listed as a top priority for spending some of that bond money. Now, the rubber's hitting the road, literally. The stadium's track being resurfaced, artificial turf for the football field for the first time ever. Overnight, crews started their work. Due to the heat, they'll work 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. weekdays until the end of the month. Disruptions to adjacent neighborhoods are being minimized. Renovation should be completed in time for the Renegades home opener against Mount Sac, which we'll broadcast live right here on TV 17, Saturday, September 7th at 6 p.m.
The most decorated athlete in U.S. gymnastics is sounding off about the years of abuse she and others suffered at the hands of Larry Nassar, just as she prepares to compete in the national championships in Kansas City. Back in January, you may remember, Biles announced she was one of the many athletes sexually abused by the former USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University doctor. Biles is in Kansas City for the United States Gymnastics Championships, where she openly criticized the organization.
It's hard coming here for an organization and having had them failed us so many times. And we had won gold. We've done everything that they asked us for, even when we didn't want to, and they couldn't do one damn job. You had one job. You literally had one job, and you couldn't protect us.
USA Gymnastics responded to Biles' comments, saying they supported her and have learned from past mistakes. Last year, Nassar was sentenced to up to 125 years in prison for sexually abusing more than 150 girls and women.
We've got friends in low places, and one of them is making a very special appearance at the Crystal Palace 1 week from today.
Yeah, but getting your hands on those Garth Brooks tickets could be as hard as winning the lottery. So is there a secret to being the lucky caller? Number 10? Well, 17's Vanessa Dillon joins us kind of this morning to explain kind of the formula, I guess, if there is a formula.
You know what? It's the talk of the town, of course. Everyone's asking, how in the world can we make our way through the Crystal Palace doors next week? Depending on your outlook, there's good and bad news. The good news is you've got a fair chance of winning. The bad, well, you may need to make hundreds of calls to KUZZ before getting through and hearing these priceless words.
Hi, KUZZ, who is this?
Shut up!
No, I'm not gonna shut up!
Oh my God!
You're caller 10!
They're the words everyone's dying to hear when they call KUZZ.
That means don't turn off my radio.
That means don't turn off your... See, you followed the rules.
But some may ask why. Word is a very familiar face is coming to town August 15th.
First off, it's Garth. I mean, there's nobody bigger. Frankly, in music, I will argue with anybody. And right now in country music, there is nobody bigger.
The country legend made the announcement on July 28th over Facebook Live.
The next dive bar is the Crystal Palace, Bakersfield, California. This is going to be fun.
Minutes after, the rest became history and a race to get our hands on tickets some would say are comparable to gold.
Right now, the only way to win is by calling the radio station when you hear a Garth Brooks song that we tell you to listen for.
KUZZ DJ Ken McLeod says calls came flooding in as soon as word got out, but the rules don't bend for anyone, plain and simple.
Don't turn off the radio, because if you miss the song, you miss your opportunity.
And while some would rather skip the hassle of calling a busy tone,
no, I probably wouldn't do that, but I'd listen to the concert on the radio.
Others made it their mission to win these priceless tickets.
What would you tell Garth?
I love you.
Kern County resident Carla Phillips says she's been a country music fan ever since she can remember.
I think anybody can say that they love Garth Brooks.
So committed to Brooks, she even has the memes to prove it.
I was just messing around and just created a couple memes and then KUZZ shared it, and then all of a sudden it's got like 500 or 600. I don't even know how many shares anymore, but yeah, it kind of went, viral throughout Kern County.
But Phillips admits her enthusiasm to win goes beyond getting tickets for herself.
I actually am trying really hard to get these tickets so I can. Sorry. I want to invite my cousin who's battling terminal cancer.
Phillips' cousin, Jenny, is battling terminal cancer for the 4th time, and she says she's not getting any better.
She deserves it. She's had a really long, hard struggle, and I think if anybody deserves these tickets, it's her.
Although rules are strict when it comes to who will be walking through the Crystal Palace doors next week, she remains optimistic.
And I just told her, I texted her, I was like, you know what, something good's coming your way. So I'm just holding out for it.
And the luck of the draw remains the same for 6 more days.
I hope everybody I know gets a chance to win. I hope everybody that does win has as great a time as I know we all will. And I just wish everybody the very best of luck, because this is a big deal.
And a few last-minute rules. You have to be 21 to win. And once you are lucky caller 10, those tickets can only go to you and a guest. So you won't be able to sell or gift them. So that's something to note.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no secret, guys. Just keep calling 100 times or so.
I have seen people posting their call log. Yeah. In fact, we're going to be interviewing. Tab's going to be interviewing a teacher this morning, and she's been posting every day. 141, I think, is how many times she called the other day.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, you're
I'm just curious
in
to
a big
see,
bunch of people.
I want to follow up with these people and see their phone bills at the next month to see how many phone calls. You know how sometimes it logs all those phone calls,
gotcha.
Just to see how many calls were made to KUZZ, because I'm sure it's a lot.
It adds up to at the end of the month.
And you know what's interesting? Ken was saying that some people are just lucky enough they call the first time and they might be the winner, and it's
you just never know. Exactly, that's the thing. It's just pure luck.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks, Vanessa. Concerts by the Fountain continue tonight at the Marketplace. Every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. through the end of the month, you can enjoy free summer concert series by the Fountain. Tonight's concert will feature rock and roll with the Aviators. With only a few weeks left until the series comes to a close, you can check out a full list of remaining performers on our website, kget.com. Just click the hot link icon to find it.
Beautiful night there for the free concert on the Marketplace. All right, coming up, if you're headed out the door this morning, you may want to add some extra time, especially if you're going to take the 99.
Details on what long-term closure may cost you some time after the break.
And we want to make you aware of a major closure involving Highway 99 that will be in place for 55 days. Starting next week, the northbound on-ramp to Highway 99 from Buck Owens Boulevard and the Rosedale Highway northbound 99 off-ramp will both be closed. This is for the work of an auxiliary lane at the 24th Street off-ramp that will be built. It's all part of the Bakersfield 99 rehab project. Caltrans says it will issue another update soon with the exact date of work. And more closures that you need to be aware of if you're taking the 99 this morning. Starting today, the northbound on-ramp from Ming will be closed from 4 a.m. till 6 a.m., and the same off-ramp will be closed tomorrow between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. The good news for you is you can still get on from Weibull Road less than a mile past Ming. And a reminder, southbound Weibull Road has daily closures between Ming and Bell Terrace. Those are happening from 6 a.m. till 4 p.m. through Friday.
Coming up, a hidden danger issue related to vaping.
And details coming up in your Health Watch. Welcome back in your Health Watch. This morning, a possible hidden danger related to vaping. The FDA says it is investigating 127 reports of seizures, faintings, or tremors possibly related to e-cigarettes. The agency announced the investigation yesterday. The reported cases happened between 2010 and 2019 with first-time and experienced e-cigarette users. The agency has not determined if vaping has not been directly linked to the case.
More evidence that taking care of your heart also benefits your brain. Researchers in France studied the cardiovascular health of nearly 8,000 50-year-olds. Their assessments were based on smoking status, diet, physical activity, BMI, blood sugar, and blood pressure. They found people who most closely followed a heart-healthy lifestyle were less likely to develop dementia later in life.
People who suffer from migraines may want to cut back on caffeine. Researchers from Harvard University tracked 98 adults with a history of migraines. Those who drank 3 or more caffeinated beverages every day had greater odds of developing a migraine within 24 hours. However, just 1 or 2 servings of caffeine did not affect migraine risk.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
A stunning announcement came as FedEx will no longer deliver Amazon's ground packages. The company says it doesn't plan to renew its contract with Amazon at the end of the month. FedEx has already ended its express contract with Amazon, which covered air shipping. The announcement comes as Amazon ramps up its own delivery service program. FedEx says it's focusing on the broader e-commerce market. Starting in January, FedEx plans to expand its ground delivery service to run 7 days a week. Texas Roadhouse is looking to pick up workers who lost their jobs when Marie Callender's closed suddenly this week. One restaurant's loss may be another one's gain. On Monday, the Marie Callender's in Northeast Bakersfield shut its doors after the parent company announced it had filed for bankruptcy. Now, Texas Roadhouse off Ming Avenue and Weibull Road say it's having a job fair tomorrow. They will have open interviews for all positions, and they tell us they would love to talk with some of those who lost their jobs from Marie Callender's. It's happening from noon to 2:30. You can apply online at texasroadhouse.com. A man in Northeast Bakersfield decided to live Moss when a new Taco Bell opened. Taco Bell opened yesterday on the corner of Highway 178 and Comanche Drive. The owner tells us a Rio Bravo man bought 100 Taco Bell gift cards for his neighbors. A nice gesture. This is the first retail development in the Tuscany Rio Bravo area. Construction got underway in January of 2018, and there are plans for Countryside Market to open in about a month, a Shell gas station down the line, and also hopes for a grocery store.